Once upon a time, in a small village, there lived a young boy. He was kind and cheerful. Every day, he took his sheep to a hill near the forest. His job was to watch the sheep and keep them safe. The villagers trusted the boy. They said, "You are a big boy now. Take care of the sheep. If you see a wolf, shout loudly. We will come to help you." The boy felt proud. He said, "Yes, I will protect the sheep." The hill was quiet and peaceful. The boy sat under a tree. He looked at the sheep. They were eating grass. The sun was warm. The wind was soft. But the boy was bored. No wolf came. Nothing happened. He said, "I want to have some fun." Then he had an idea. "What if I shout 'Wolf' and see what happens?" he thought. "It will be funny." So, he stood up and cried out loudly, "Wolf! Wolf! A big wolf is coming." The villagers heard the cry. They were afraid. They dropped their tools and ran to the hill. They brought sticks and shouted, "Where is the wolf?" The boy laughed. "Ha ha! There is no wolf. I was just joking." The villagers were angry. "You should not lie," they said. "What if a real wolf comes? We will not believe you." The boy felt a little bad, but he also laughed again when they left. "That was fun," he said. A few days later, he felt bored again. He remembered the fun he had. "I will do it one more time," he said. So, again he shouted, "Wolf! Wolf! A wolf is near the sheep." The villagers ran up the hill again. "Where is the wolf?" they asked. The boy laughed loudly. "There is no wolf. I tricked you again." The villagers were very angry. They said, "You are not honest. We won't believe you next time." The boy did not care. He was laughing and happy. But one day, a real wolf came out of the forest. The wolf had big teeth. It looked hungry. It growled and ran toward the sheep. The boy was scared. His hands shook. His voice trembled. He cried, "Wolf! Wolf! Help! A real wolf is here." But this time, the villagers did not come. They thought he was lying again. "No, we will not run this time," one villager said. "He just wants to play again." The boy shouted again, "Please help. The wolf is attacking the sheep." But no one came. The wolf chased the sheep. The boy tried to stop it, but he was too small. The wolf hurt many sheep and ran away. The boy sat on the hill and cried. "I lied before. But this time I told the truth. Why did no one believe me?" The boy sat on a rock and wiped his tears. He looked at the sheep. Many were gone. Some were hurt. He felt very sad. "This is all my fault," he said to himself. "I should not have lied before. Now no one trusts me." He walked back to the village slowly. His head was down. His heart was heavy. When the villagers saw him, they asked, "What happened? Why are you so quiet?" The boy looked at them and said, "A real wolf came. I shouted and shouted. But no one came. The wolf hurt the sheep." The villagers were shocked. "Was it really true this time?" an old man asked. "Yes," the boy said with tears. "It was true. But you did not believe me. An old woman shook her head and said, "You lied too many times before. That's why we didn't trust you." The boy nodded. "I understand. I made a big mistake." One kind man said, "We are sorry about the sheep. But you must learn an important lesson. If you lie, people will stop believing you, even when you tell the truth." The boy said, "Yes, I know now. I will never lie again." The villagers helped the boy. They went up the hill and saw what the wolf had done. It was very sad. They fixed the fence and took the hurt sheep back to the village. They gave food and water to the boy. He was tired and quiet. That night, the boy sat alone and thought. I played with the truth. I wanted fun, but I caused harm. From now on, I will always tell the truth. The next morning, the boy went back to the hill with the rest of the sheep. This time, he did not feel proud. He felt careful and serious. He watched the sheep closely. He looked at the forest. He listened to the sounds around him. One of the villagers came to visit. He brought food for the boy and said, "We still care about you. But remember, trust is like glass. If it breaks, it's hard to fix." The boy said, "I will earn your trust again. I will be honest always." From that day on, the boy never lied. He became a careful and honest shepherd. The villagers began to trust him again, little by little. Time passed. One day, a new wolf came near the forest. The boy saw it. He stood up and shouted, "Wolf! Wolf! A real wolf is coming." The villagers heard his voice. They looked at each other. Then one man said, "Let's go. Maybe he is telling the truth this time." They ran to the hill with sticks and tools. This time, the boy was not lying. The villagers saw the wolf. Together, they scared it away. Everyone was safe. The boy said, "Thank you for believing me." The villagers smiled and said, "Thank you for telling the truth." The boy felt proud, but not in the same way as before. This time, he was proud because he did the right thing. He told the truth, and people believed him. After the villagers scared the wolf away, they sat with the boy under the big tree on the hill. "You see," said the old man, "when you speak the truth, people will trust you. But lies break that trust." The boy nodded. "I understand. Lies are easy, but the truth is more important." The villagers agreed. "We are happy you learned your lesson," one woman said. From that day on, the boy worked hard. He watched over the sheep every day. He never shouted unless there was real danger. The villagers visited him sometimes. They brought food, water, and stories. The boy listened and learned. He also became more responsible. When he saw something strange, he told the villagers in a calm and clear voice. He didn't shout or joke anymore. The other children in the village began to look up to him. They said, "He is honest now. He is a good example." The boy taught the younger children about truth and trust. He said, "If you lie, people will stop listening to you. But if you are honest, people will believe you, even in hard times." Years passed. The boy grew up and became a wise man. He was no longer just a shepherd. He helped the village in many ways. People came to him for advice because they knew he always told the truth. One day, a young shepherd came to him and asked, "Why do people trust you so much?" The men smiled and said, "When I was your age, I made a big mistake. I lied for fun, and people stopped believing me. But I learned a lesson. I changed my ways. I worked hard to earn trust again. Now, people know I am honest." The young boy listened carefully. He said, "I want to be like you." The men said, "Then always speak the truth. Even when it's hard. Even when no one is watching." The boy nodded. "I will." And so, the lesson of the shepherd boy lived on. Everyone in the village remembered his story. Parents told it to their children. Teachers shared it in school. The story became a lesson for all. Moral of the story: if you lie once, people may forgive you. If you lie twice, they will be careful. But if you lie again and again, they will stop believing you. Even when you tell the truth. Always tell the truth, because trust is hard to earn and easy to lose.